Hi, I'm Gordon. This is Mickey, and though she's not with us, we'll show you a picture of our cat Precious. And we're hiking RV. We have a 2018 Roadtrek Zion that we use to go hiking, camping, sometimes paddling, and we share our adventures with everyone on this channel.
It's mid-December on a rainy, wet West Coast day. And
very rainy.
And we just wanted to wish everybody a happy holiday. Hope you're enjoying the holiday season, and I'm wearing my ho-ho-ho hat for the occasion.
So some of our viewers have asked us about some of our accessories that we use in the van. They're curious about some of the additions we've made. We've made very few additions, but we'll talk about some of those, and we'll talk about some of the day-to-day items that we use that just make van life so much easier and just that much more comfortable for us in the van. So we'll share those with you today, and if you have any thoughts or comments, other things you'd like to ask questions about or maybe show, don't hesitate to leave us a comment.
And just want to note, for those of you who don't know, we are part-time RVers, but we do spend a lot of time in our van, probably almost every weekend for 3 seasons, except for winter when we can't get out very often because of the weather.
So with that, we thought we'd walk through some of the items that we found really useful in our van. Most of the accessories that we picked up for the van we use internally. The first, though, and I think the most significant one that we had, was actually our vent cover with a fantastic fan made by the same company, and that was a real game changer for us. It just allowed us to use the vent and cook on rainy days, and that's just so much easier. Otherwise, what we found is that if we were cooking and we had the fan open and it started to rain, the vent would close because the rain sensors would detect rain, or we'd have to override the sensors and leave it open and we'd have some water coming in. So the fan cover was significant for us, and I'd recommend anyone considering a Roadtrek Zion, or frankly probably any Roadtrek, to add one. They're not that expensive. The other item that we added was actually an energy management system, an EMS system. I've actually got it sitting here, and you can see it's from Progressive Industries. It's their surge protector. Now, this is a 30 amp for the Zion. There's a bit of a discussion if you go in any the online groups as to whether you need one. Apparently the Roadtrek system actually has a built-in surge protector in our inverter, but most people, or a lot of people, have chosen to purchase one simply because it's additional insurance, just in case there's an issue. And what's nice about this EMS system is it not only deal with an energy surge, but if for any reason the electricity becomes very weak, then the system will simply turn off the power to the van and you don't have to worry about any damage. So we ended up buying one. They're reasonably expensive, but for us it was just additional insurance, and we use it probably 50% of the time if we're plugged in. So the other item for us was actually the Vornado Fan, and you've seen that in some of our other videos. It's a heater that we use primarily when we're plugged in. So if we're out camping in the winter months, we will generally try and find some place that allows us to have an electrical plug-in. That way we can use a fan and not have to run our furnace. It's just a little quieter, and we're not using propane. And the Vornado's been just great. It's quiet and it has a digital readout. Tends to work very well for us. The other items I want to mention, they're kind of a number of small things, but they're very important. One of them is actually Velcro. You can't have enough Velcro in a van, and you can see we've got a Velcro Loop here, which is great because it allows you to go over things like this Reflectix, and I'll talk about that in a minute, and then you can simply use it to tighten up and secure. We use some of these to keep our cables tight in the back. I don't think you can have enough Velcro. We've got Velcro stickers, we've got Velcro that's actually stuck up here that holds some of the blankets and things in place, so it's a very useful tool for us. The other thing that we use on a regular basis is actually this Reflectix, and this comes in large sheets and you can cut it to fit all the different windows. One of the biggest challenges in a camper van is just keeping it warm when it gets cold outside, and your doors, your back doors and your side door and your windows are your biggest energy loss points. So we put Reflectix in the back windows. We have some different items that we put in the front cab that we use that came with the van, but in the back windows we use Reflectix. If it's really going to be cold out, I also sometimes use some blue insulation that you would use when you're backpacking. So we have created very similar to the Reflectix. We simply cut out some blue padding and put that behind the Reflectix and then close it in the window with the blind. This one's actually for the side window on the door, so it's a lot bigger. Most of them would be about half that size. It's not quite as compressible as Reflectix, but pretty easy and pretty light to store. So the other thing that we use in our van is actually command hooks, and here's just an example of some of them. And we use them for a variety of things. We use them to hang coats up. We hang a number of different things up in the van thanks to command hooks. We have different sizes. These ones are fairly large ones, and they're really useful. So one other thing that we use in the summertime, and we don't use it too often, only if we're going to barbecue, is the Ukko outdoor grill. And we found that to be very effective. It does take a little bit longer than you're used to if you're used to a gas barbecue or something. You have to have the coals lit and probably around 30 to 45 minutes before you can cook on it. But it's nice and small, it's light, very thin. So small, light, and easy to pack are all important things in a Class B van. And we've used that several times in the summer and found it very helpful. We also use, when we're out camping, a small camp stove. We have actually a 2-burner camp stove. It was a gift from my niece. And it works very well for us. It's 2-burner, runs on little butane cylinders, so it's nice, which you can pick up at a Walmart or, in our case, a Canadian Tire. It's very effective. We use it camping on a regular basis. Being the 2-burners, it's nice because there is sometimes when we're maybe frying something in the morning but trying to boil some water. When we are camping, we try and stay out of the van as much as possible. It's just nice to cook outside and not have the vapors and the odors inside the van. It's just nice if you're going to be out camping to be outside anyway. So that's proved very helpful for us too.
So one of the things that we found invaluable is this pocket organizer for the back of the passenger seat. It's been really handy. We keep our hand sanitizer in here, so when we dump the tanks, we can come right in and use it to sanitize our hands. Just all sorts of miscellaneous things that we can just throw in here, and it's easily accessible, so we really love it, and it stays very secure. So Gordon's talked about the importance of insulation in the van to keep the cold air from coming in. So one of the things we found very useful is the Ikea shower curtain. And we thought we'd try it out, and actually it worked really well. And it's really simple as well. Is what we did was we stuck the Velcro up here, the sticky Velcro, and also sewed the Velcro on like this. And then all I have to do is just put them together. And cover all that up. We like it so much that we actually bought another one that we're going to be using for the side sliding doors. So the beauty of this is that the little holes for the shower curtain rings almost match the clips for our bug screen. So it goes on really well, and we don't need any Velcro. And like that, it goes like that. The other thing I wanted to mention too was we actually use this all year because it's a nice privacy curtain. We might have mentioned in our 6-month review that we actually took out the hanging rod in the closet, and we replaced it with a 3-drawer plastic system, and it's actually working really well for us. We put Gordon's clothes in there when we're traveling. Again, from Ikea, but very simple. You can get this from anywhere, really. These types of mats got coarse material on it, and you really need something like this because we track a lot of dirt into an RV. You go to campgrounds, you know, it's dirt, so you're tracking it in your shoes. So it's nice to have a mat that you can wipe the dirt off in before you come into the van. We've got a little garbage bin for the bathroom, and because we live in such a small space, it's really important that we have small items. So we bought this from a Japanese kind of like a dollar store called Muji. They have a lot of small things because in Japan people live in very small spaces. So this has been really handy for us in the bathroom. So it's raining harder now, so you can probably hear the pitter-patter on the roof.
So one of the other comments we get frequently from our viewers are the chairs that we use in our videos, and we use these. They are Ephraim. They're a folding chair. They're actually kind of designed for backpacking, so that means they're small and light, which is perfect for a Class B van. They're simple to set up, and I'll just show you how that works right now. First time I've ever set one of these up inside the van, but it's still raining a lot out. Works well, although you do sit fairly low when you sit in this chair. So if you did have knee problems, they might be just a little too low for someone with knee problems. But otherwise, we find them very comfortable, and they're light and easy and fast to put away.
So that's about it for our favorite RV accessories.
I think it's probably our top 14, kind of an unusual number, but a lot of things that we use on a regular basis, and we wanted to share them with you. There's a lot of other things that we use and like as well, but these are the ones that we tend to use more often and have found really valuable.
And it's still a work in progress for us. We've only been in the van for less than a year, so we're still trying to make things comfortable and convenient.
Our next trip's actually going to be to Tofino on Vancouver Island. We were there, I think, at Easter time, but we're going back to a different place in Tofino and going to be spending Christmas there. So we hope to release a video from that trip probably in early January.
So in the meantime, we hope you all have a very happy and safe holidays, and please don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy our videos. Okay, I think it goes.
Hi everyone, I'm Gordon. This is Mickey, and though she's not with us, we'll show you a picture of our cat, Precious. That's it. That's all I'm supposed to do. And that was really helpful because I can't remember the name of it.
Oh,